On this all-new episode of Nightlife, the VGK hit the road to the Big Apple for their annual East Coast road trip.
It's New York, right? It's a great city. I think every team in the league that can stay here for a bit usually looks forward to it.
We're here, and she's beautiful. She's cold, but she's beautiful.
And Ashley Weiss sits down with the newest Golden Knight as he gets settled in.
Getting used to the systems. I think the more you do it, getting chemistry with your line mates, you don't have to think as much and you can just play and act fast. And so I think it's only going to get better.
Plus, I'm not sure about you, but I need my coffee to get the day started. And some of the nights are no different.
What's the go-to pregame coffee order these days?
I usually make a pour over before, and then on my way to the rink, I get a nitro brew from Starbucks.
A lot of caffeine
Yeah,
in one day.
All of that and more this week on Nightlife.
Welcome into a New York City edition of Nightlife, where the Golden Knights are on what is often one of the favorite trips of the season. And this year it started with a buzz when on the way to the Big Apple, they found out they'd be getting a new teammate in Brandon Saad, who joined the team for the first time at practice ahead of the meeting with the New York Rangers. So a week in the Big Apple means that we travel like the locals do. That's why we're on the train right now, and we're headed to UBS Arena to see Brandon Saad join the Golden Knights for the very first time. Let's go and hope we don't get lost. How would you sum up what your last 24 hours has been like?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, but I flew in last night, so it was nice to get with the team today and be around them and kind of get settled in that way.
Well, first of all, tell us what you think about your camera operator today.
Yeah, he's doing great right now. Right?
How does Ivan look?
Ivan, today?
Yes, like, does he look good in there?
Better than nothing, you know, like, it's not bad. What about me?
Yeah. Next question.
Tell us about your new teammate, Brandon Saad.
The guys are really excited about him. I knew him for a couple of years back at St. Louis. Really smart player, plays the right way, and really nice guy. So, the guys are really excited to have him.
Is it a little strange? You just played 2 games against these guys.
Yeah,
Now you're in this locker room.
it's definitely strange. Even putting on a different jersey, going through trades. Nothing I've done mid-season like this, but it's good not to play against them. They got a lot of big physical Ds, so it's nice to be on their side.
Are you betting on yourself to a certain extent?
Yeah, I think at this point in my career, I've had success and made a lot of money, and I think chasing more money it wasn't leading to any happiness. So for me, it was good to kind of get a fresh start, go to a competitive team, and get a chance to win again.
I've done it once. I know the feeling. The first thing you want to do, trust me, is do it again. You know, everyone will tell you that. And that's what he wants. So he thought we were the best chance to do that. So that's a compliment to the organization. And we're glad to have him. He's going to be a good piece for us, so should be a really good fit. Common goals. That's what this organization is all about. We're not interested in finish second. We want to win and be the last team standing, and that's what he wants. So that part of it, we're on the same page for sure.
Coming to you from the Elmont UBS Arena style.
Time for our first break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, Ashley sits down with the newest Golden Knight to talk about his new threads.
You know, they have a great team, a lot of depth, great coaching. So they're always tough to play against. They're always in hockey games, and I got a lot of respect for this organization, and so I'm happy to be here.
Don't go anywhere. Nightlife on Scripps Sports will be right back.
Welcome back to Nightlife from the city, where you can find a good slice and a good coffee shop on every corner. And even though Brandon Saad's VGK debut didn't end with the win, we still caught up over coffee to find out how he's settling in. Well, Brandon, do you feel like you've had a chance to catch your breath yet?
Yeah, I think it's been good to be able to settle in and play a game and be around the guys, so that's been good.
Pull back the curtain for us a little bit. You make the decision that you're going to come here, but the team's on the road. What do you do from there?
Yeah, it was actually pretty crazy. The day I decided, I was leaving that same day, that night, to meet the guys, and I got in late here to New York, so I didn't get to meet them then, but the next day was a practice day and got to see everyone at breakfast and kind of get a skate with the team, so it was a good feeling.
You've joined new teams before, but this is the first time you've joined a new team mid-season, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
How has it been different?
Yeah, it feels like it's more of a whirlwind. You know, it's quicker, it happens fast. In the summertime, you kind of get a chance to digest it a little bit and find a place and do things like that. But yeah, it's definitely way more quick.
Speaking of finding a place, this Four Nations break might be coming at the perfect time because it maybe gives you some time to figure out what's going to be going on in Vegas. Who's going to be coming to Vegas with you?
Yeah, my whole family actually. So I got 3 kids and a dog, and so I'm heading back after Boston and St. Louis, and we're going to kind of get some stuff packed up and figure out a place and head out to Vegas, so we're excited.
And your youngest child was born right at the beginning of this season, is that correct? So what a year for the Saad family.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year, but we're all excited. My son's excited to see that chocolate fountain at the Bellagio, so he'll be pumped up.
Nice, stop number 1, chocolate station at the Bellagio, that's awesome. Did I read correctly that you and your wife met in 6th grade?
Yeah, we're high school sweethearts, yeah.
So did you turn on the charm immediately, or is that something that came down the road?
Not at all. I think I kind of sat around, and eventually by high school I got her to date me, so it took some time, but it's been great.
Yeah, played the long game, it worked out for you. What are some of the things the Saad family does in your spare time?
I think we like to be active outside, so my son's playing hockey now, so we like to do that. We go on bike rides, scooter, a lot of kids' activities, playgrounds, so they keep us busy.
Red Rock Canyon will be the place for you. I'm sure people have told you all about that already. I heard you say dog, so I have to ask, what kind of dog? What's your name?
It's a mini dachshund, and his name's Louie, so yeah, it's a little wiener dog. He's been around for 9 years now, so.
I've heard you say in interviews that even before you had a wife and kids, that you were a big family man. Your dad immigrated to the U.S. from Syria when he was young, an older brother that you really look up to. When did the Saad family fall in love with hockey?
Yeah, that's it's tough. My dad immigrated, like you said, so we didn't know too much about hockey, but being born in Pittsburgh, my cousins played, and the Pens were winning cups in the early 90s, so me and my brother just ended up, my mom took us to the rink and kind of fell in love with the game that way.
At what point did you realize you were good enough to have a shot?
I think as a teenager, around probably 13, 14. I loved playing the game, and then I think by that age you start having more success and playing with older guys and still developing well. So it was always my dream to play, and I think around then was kind of make it a reality. And
I can only imagine what it was like to experience winning with your entire family. What do you remember about that feeling?
I mean, it's tough to top. It's something you dream about, playing in the NHL and winning the Stanley Cup. And for me, I got to do it at an early age in the league and have my family around and get to celebrate that and the ultimate prize. So I think every NHL guy obviously dreams of that.
How does that feeling drive you now?
You want to get back there. It's been a while for me, and I had a lot of success early on and then had some good years since, but never got a chance to play in the finals again and compete for the cup. And so that's obviously, when you get later in your career, you value those things, and that's something that I want to get to do again.
Why do you think this team has the potential to do that?
Oh, I think the depth. They have a great team, a lot of depth, great coaching. So they're always tough to play against. They're always in hockey games, and I got a lot of respect for this organization, and so I'm happy to be here.
Is there anyone in particular that stands out that you're just like, man, that guy is so hard to play against? I'm so glad he's on my side now on this roster.
Yeah, I think a lot of them, honestly. Yeah. I think they got a big D core that are always physical and hard to play against, and then you got guys like Eichel and Stone up front that obviously can make amazing plays out there and score goals, and so it's like I said, it's a lot of fun to be a part of.
I guess the road to the Stanley Cup is all one game at a time. I know your debut didn't go the way the team would have wanted to from a result standpoint, but how did it feel for you?
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, I think I had around a week off just dealing with all that stuff, so to get here and get to play with the guys, overall I thought it went pretty well. Obviously you want a different result, but I thought we played with the puck a lot and had some chances.
How does the feeling change for you now that you have that under your belt?
I think just getting more settled, you know, just getting settled in, getting used to the systems. I think the more you do it, getting chemistry with your line mates, you don't have to think as much and you can just play and act fast, and so I think it's only going to get better.
Something we think can tell you a lot about a person. Are you a coffee drinker?
Yeah, I am.
How do you take your coffee?
Black.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. I like it, straight to the point. There are some coffee snobs on this team, so I think that you will enjoy that. Apparently Tomas Hertl bought a very nice espresso machine at the
There you
beginning of the
go.
season that you
There
can
you
enjoy, but thanks so much for doing this and welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Time for a short break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we chat with Tomas Hertl, who brought a little something extra to the team this year.
I love espresso. You know, I'm an espresso guy. There wasn't one, so I think that was my first purchase when I get to the Vegas. I bought like new espresso machine for the team, so everybody can enjoy the good espresso in the morning.
Keep it locked. Nightlife on Scripps Sports. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Nightlife from the city that never sleeps, probably because of all the caffeine. And the Golden Knights love their morning cup of joe just as much as the rest of us, which is why Tomas Hertl gave the team the ultimate gift in a brand new state-of-the-art espresso machine. Okay, I hear that you have another role in the team, and it has to do with coffee. Are you the coffee guy?
Yeah, because I love espresso. You know, I'm an espresso guy. I never really, you know, I think coming from Europe, you know, I like to drink small kind of espresso. Only thing if I go to the Starbucks is like iced coffee, like with coconut milk. That's if I get anything, because I can't really drink the big coffees. I like the espresso. So when I get here, I bought like new espresso machine for the team, so everybody can enjoy the good espresso in the morning.
Tell us about the addition that Tomas Hertl has brought to the locker room.
Yeah, he brought the espresso. He got an espresso machine upstairs in the gym. It's our coffee shop. It's called the Big Buzz. Yeah, I don't drink my coffee from there though.
No?
No.
You're against it?
You know what? The machine's great. Maybe once in a while I'll grab an espresso, but I usually grab my espresso before I come to the rink, or I make my coffee at home if it's going to be a cup of coffee.
Some competition in the coffee guy department on the team now.
Okay.
Tomas Hertl.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Who's a bigger coffee guy? You or Tomas?
I don't know. He brings in a nice machine. Like I do the pour over where he buys. He has one of those Jura machines. So it's a very nice coffee machine and it makes good coffee. So he likes his espresso a lot. I mean, a lot of Europeans are more on the espresso train. So yeah, I'll give him espresso. I'll take coffee.
Hilsey likes coffee. You know, I think I saw Theo other day. He was drinking coffee. So I think a lot of guys love coffees, and you know, he's there for anybody they want. And you know, it was, I think, good purchase, and everybody enjoyed it.
The caffeine king. It's an important role. It's an important role.
I'm not drinking all the time, but one nice coffee in the morning, it feels really nice.
Can you walk us through your morning coffee routine?
Normally just kind of I grind my beans, set the grinder, and then I have to weigh them to make sure it's the right amount for the coffee, and then heat it up, pour it over. You like get the beans wet, let them sit for about 30 seconds, and then it takes about 3 or 4 minutes to pour the water over the coffee. So it takes a little longer, but I find it just tastes cleaner and better.
What's the go-to pre-game coffee order these days?
I usually make a pour over before, and then on my way to the rink I get a nitro brew from Starbucks.
It's a lot of caffeine
Yeah, that's the
in one
point.
day. What's the coffee order these days if you're going out and getting something?
I either go to Samba Latte here in Vegas. I'm a big fan of Samba Latte. It's normally either a double espresso. Sometimes I'll get a nice little afternoon treat, get a cappuccino. If I'm at home, it's just a simple French press, black, dark roast purity coffee. That's it.
All hot all the time?
All hot. I mean, once in a while I'll have a little
Go
cold, maybe like a nice iced oat milk latte, you know, with, you know, maybe some honey in there, and maybe I was doing a little agave. You know what else is real nice? I don't know if people know this or not, but if you get like a really good coconut water, instead of using like a milk or creamer, you do a little coconut water in the black cold brew. Whew, it's a great treat.
You have to add that to the
Yeah.
list. I like it. Thanks for the recommendations.
You're welcome.
It's gonna make a great coffee feature, honestly. I'm not even kidding.
All right.
Time for our last break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, more of the best images from the first part of the East Coast road trip.
Joel's ready to direct some television.
Television?
Live from New York.
Dude, is this real?
It's Golden Knights hockey. Now, the snow is coming down.
We moved away from this for a reason.
Don't touch that remote. Nightlife on Scripps Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. Well, not the results we were hoping for to start this road trip, but a great start for the newest Golden Knight, Brandon Saad. He lit the lamp against the Islanders with a backhand beauty. Let's take a look at some of the best images from the trip so far.
Finally made it to the first game day of this New York trip. Check it out. Now that we have the views out of the way, come with us to the world's most famous arena.
You know, you're staying in the same area, you're walking around every day, and it's New York, right? It's a great city. I think every team in the league that can stay here for a bit usually looks forward to it.
We're here, and she's beautiful. She's cold, but she's beautiful. Joel's ready to direct some television.
Television?
Live from New York.
Dude, is this real?
It's Golden Knights hockey. Am I right?
I am right.
Absolutely.
Today, the world's most famous arena is going to host Brandon Saad's debut.
The famous ramp. No workout quite like it. Hello, MTV.
Hi.
Welcome to Dave and Shane's crib.
See you. Here's our crib for today. There it is. Here's the world's most famous arena, allegedly.
Ready to call a contest?
Well, we'll find out pretty soon.
First bench interview with the newest Golden Knight, Brandon Saad, coming up ahead of his VGK debut. Exciting stuff.
And the Golden Knights welcome a big addition to their forward core in Brandon Saad, who signed a one-year deal to join the Golden Knights a few days ago. 7 times a 20-goal scorer, including 26 last year with the Blues. A 2-time Stanley Cup champion with the Chicago Blackhawks. And he's at the bench with Ashley for our America First Credit Union player interview.
You left money on the table because you said you wanted to win, but you're also betting on yourself here. What do you want to prove, whether it's to yourself or anyone else?
Yeah, just get a chance to win, play hockey, have fun, enjoy the moment, and we'll see what happens.
How do you think you can help this team the most?
I think just playing my game. You know, we got a lot of depth on this team. Getting on the forecheck, being around the net, just doing what I do.
Thanks for this, Brandon. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you.
He had a practice and an evening in the big city to get acquainted with his new teammates, but the real fun starts tonight, Dave.
Stone to Eichel. Walking in, wrist shot, score! Jack Eichel on the power play. Saad walking in. Saad with a chance and a save quick. In the 11th since returning from injury. Eichel with a wrist shot and he scores! What a shot by Jack Eichel! Ripped it upstairs on quick.
Post game, not what the Golden Knights wanted. And now the snow is coming down.
We moved away from this for a reason. Thank you.
You're almost there. Next stop on the trip, we're on board the train to Long Island. Dave's ready. I don't know about Shane. Dave's definitely ready. Plenty of VGK fans in the house. They're ready for it. Well, it's the second game in gold for Brandon Saad, who made his Golden Knights debut on Sunday at Madison Square Garden. But let's rewind back to Saturday, right here at UBS Arena. His first shot in his first practice as a Golden Knight, and he rips home a goal. That's one way to get the new teammates going. He described the days since then as a whirlwind, but told coaches about halfway through that game against the Rangers that the nerves are out of the way, said he's starting to get settled.
We're going to move to Wah and back to Haig. Wrist shot, save made by Taruga. Rebound score! And it's Brandon Saad on the backhand. His first with the Golden Knights comes in his second game with Vegas to tie it.
Oh, exactly what we talked about. A simple play and a great job by Saad to be first on that puck. He beats Engvall to the loose puck and the backhand pass Sorokin. Saad's first as a Golden Knight, a big one to tie this game up at 1. Oh, just great work first on the puck and a simple shot and rebound goal for Brandon Saad.
Well, this trip in New York not going the way that the Golden Knights had hoped, but Dave, Shane, I want you to either give me your favorite part of the New York trip or a reason that things would be okay for the Golden Knights. Dave.
Well, the favorite would be you could set up one hotel for a bunch of days. That's not a bad thing. Pack, unpack. You don't need to do that. And you got to feel Shane on the ice. They got to break through at some point.
Well, I think so. When you look at it, they're not far off. They're so close, and that's maybe why it hurts a little bit more when you're trying to break free. Through a slump like this, you like your game, but there's still another level they need to get to offensively. And I think one thing you like is they're not cheating for that offense, so it's not 5-0, they're getting blown out. The defensive structure is still there. It really is a bounce here and a bounce there that eventually, usually turns in your favor, so you just hope it's a matter of time. They stick with it. Everybody adds a little more in that next game.
They're due to have something, though.
They are due, and still a little bit of opportunity left before this trip ends. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out with us here in the big city. Well, thanks for hanging out with us here in the big city, but that does it for this episode of Nightlife. We'll be back here next week to begin our coverage of the Four Nations Face-Off. We'll see you next time, right here on Script Sports.